This is not a workshop. This is an accident scene. The evidence: a heavily damaged Jeep Cherokee, its wheels torn away. The investigators arrive, not to assign blame, but to assess the engineering failure. Her initial inspection reveals more than just mud. It tells a story of immense physical forces and a catastrophic breakdown of critical components. Before any repair can begin, a recovery operation is launched. The mission: bring this machine back from the brink. A hydraulic jack is placed on a timber block to ensure a stable lifting platform on the uneven ground. With the chassis lifted, she maneuvers the heavy wheel assembly into position. Her hands meticulously check the lug nuts, ensuring the threads are clean and undamaged before reassembly. Using a lug wrench, she begins the painstaking process of securing the wheel to the hub. The jack holds tons of steel aloft, a testament to the power of hydraulic engineering. With the vehicle stabilized, she begins the decontamination, starting with the heavily soled interior. The true extent of the damage is revealed: a significant deformation of the bodywork. The undercarriage is caked in mud, which can hide critical structural damage to the frame. She opens the hood to begin her primary assessment of the engine and drivetrain. The cleaning process is arduous. She uses a simple broom to remove the heaviest layers of mud. Every surface must be cleared. She even climbs onto the roof to continue the decontamination. Her determination is absolute as she meticulously scrubs the entire vehicle. She now attempts to move the vehicle using a long beam as a lever, a demonstration of pure mechanical advantage. It's a testament to her strength and understanding of physics that she can move the heavy machine at all. The initial field triage is complete. The vehicle is stabilized, but the hardest work is yet to come. The deep cleaning continues. Here, she tackles the interior floor, removing dirt that can trap moisture and cause corrosion. The olive green Jeep, now recovered, waits for its turn in this makeshift restoration day. She uses a traditional straw broom to clear out the larger debris from the cargo area of a different vehicle. Her work is a constant cycle of decontamination and repair, moving from one machine to the next. Now, a high-pressure water hose is deployed for the final, deep cleaning of the Grand Cherokee. She systematically strips away the remaining grime, revealing the vehicle's original paintwork. No surface is left untouched. She climbs atop the vehicle to ensure the roof is perfectly clean. The undercarriage and wheel wells are blasted clean, exposing the suspension for a detailed inspection. Even the interior of the red Jeep gets a thorough wash down to prevent long-term water damage and mold. The front grille and headlights are carefully cleaned, restoring the vehicle's appearance and functionality. With the exterior clean, she returns to the engine bay for a deep mechanical diagnosis. Her hands probe the complex machinery, searching for the root cause of the vehicle's failure. The engine is a labyrinth of hoses, wires, and greasy components, each with a specific and vital function. She begins to meticulously clean the engine by hand, using a simple cloth to wipe away years of grime. This is not just cosmetic. A clean engine is easier to diagnose and reveals hidden leaks or cracks. She uses a small tool to clean the intricate cooling fins of the engine block. After hours of hard labor, it's time for a break. Even an engineer needs to refuel. A moment of quiet reflection amidst the chaos of the workshop, a smile of satisfaction. Then, it's back to work, her focus returning to the complex task at hand. The project is a marathon, not a sprint, requiring immense physical and mental endurance. Now, the story shifts to a deeper level of repair. A technician adjusts the valve push rods on the cylinder head. This delicate adjustment, known as setting valve lash, is critical for engine performance and longevity. He now turns his attention to the carburetor, the component responsible for mixing air and fuel. He carefully tightens the spark plugs, which provide the ignition spark for combustion. The fuel lines are inspected and secure, a critical safety check to prevent leaks. Next, the battery is checked. Without a stable electrical source, the engine will never start. The engineer returns with a fuel can, ready to give the rebuilt engine its first taste of gasoline. The open hood reveals the fully serviced engine, a testament to the team's hard work. She performs a final check on the lower components before the first startup attempt. The vehicle is now ready. The next step is to see if the heart of this machine will beat again. The work of an engineer is never confined to a single project. Now, a new, more desperate challenge: a tractor, overturned and submerged in a stream. This is a catastrophic failure. The machine is not just broken, it's a total loss if not recovered quickly. With incredible determination, the engineer attempts a solo recovery, battling the water and the machine's immense weight. She strains with every muscle, slowly but surely shifting the submerged tractor. Her persistence is astonishing. She refuses to let the river claim this vital piece of equipment. This is a battle of will against the unforgiving laws of physics. A moment of triumph, she has managed to right the machine and pull it partially from the water. With one final, heroic effort, she breaks it free from the stream's grasp. Her work is done. An assistant now drives the recovered, waterlogged tractor away for its own resurrection. The challenges are relentless. Here, a red tractor is hopelessly stuck in deep mud. In a separate incident, a blue tractor is also disabled, this time in a shallow stream. The two recovery sites show the harsh realities of operating heavy machinery in difficult terrain. A tow rope is attached. The red tractor will provide the force to pull the blue one free. The two machines are moved in tandem back to the workshop. They navigate the narrow village roads, a slow procession of broken and recovered equipment. They arrive at the repair yard, a space dedicated to bringing these machines back to life. The tow continues, moving the disabled tractor into its final position for repairs. The lead tractor completes its mission, having served as a vital recovery vehicle. The engineer immediately begins work on a rescued blue tractor, starting with an engine inspection. She uses a wrench to begin the disassembly, a process that must be done in a precise order. A close-up reveals the extent of the grime and corrosion that has built up on the engine components. She continues the teardown, her movements sure and efficient. The radiator, a critical part of the cooling system, is carefully removed for cleaning and inspection. She flushes the radiator with water to remove any mud or debris that could cause a blockage. Each cooling fin is meticulously cleaned to ensure maximum heat dissipation. The clean radiator is carefully reinstalled into the tractor's frame. She continues the reassembly, her expert hands moving with practiced speed. The engine is methodically put back together, with each component cleaned and inspected. The repair is complete. The engineer makes one final check, her pride in her work evident. The workshop, no matter how humble, becomes a surgical theater. A team begins a deep engine overhaul. The level of disassembly is extensive, reaching the very core of the engine block. Each component, no matter how small, is carefully removed and catalogued. This is engineering at its most fundamental, breaking a complex system down into its basic parts. The engineer's assistant takes on the vital task of cleaning each part in a solvent bath. The old, contaminated engine oil is drained into a bucket, a routine but critical step. She inspects a cleaned component, checking for microfractures or signs of wear. Fresh, clean engine oil is carefully poured into the reassembled engine. The reassembly continues, a complex puzzle of gaskets, bolts, and precision machined parts. Every fluid level is checked and topped off to the manufacturer's specification. The battery and electrical systems are now being inspected and reconnected. The spark plugs are clean and gapped, ensuring a strong spark for ignition. A component of the fuel system is torqued into place. The methodical work continues as the engine is slowly brought back to its original state. The cooling fan and shroud are reinstalled, a final step in managing the engine's temperature. The collaboration between the two technicians seamless and efficient. Each brings their unique skills to the shared goal of resurrecting this machine. The final components are carefully fitted into place. Final fluid checks are performed before the engine is started for the first time. The rebuild is complete, the engine is whole once more. Our story shifts again, but the theme of meticulous repair continues. An engineer removes a front grille. The engine she's about to work on is old, rusty, and covered in grime. She uses a screwdriver to begin the careful disassembly of the engine's outer components. Her hands, though dirty, move with the precision of a surgeon as she works on a tiny screw. The machine is an old tractor, another workhorse of the rural landscape in desperate need of her skills. But a new target is spotted, a small excavator, abandoned and being reclaimed by the forest. The team inspects the derelict, assessing if a recovery and restoration is even possible. They discuss their strategy. A project of this magnitude will require careful planning. The engineer begins her hands-on inspection, getting a feel for the machine's condition. She bravely climbs aboard the rusted machine, ready to delve into its mechanical heart. Inside the dilapidated cabin, she begins her diagnostic work on the seized engine. The engine is in a terrible state, but she is not deterred. She begins the disassembly, carefully removing the first of many rusted components. Her work continues, a slow but steady process of deconstruction. She applies torque to a stubborn bolt, her determination unwavering. She retrieves a necessary tool or part from her basket. A component is carefully cleaned before being reinstalled. The long, arduous process of rebuilding the excavator's engine is underway. A moment of success, a part fits perfectly, and she allows herself a small smile of satisfaction. She performs a final check on her work, confident in the quality of her repair. The resurrected excavator's engine is now the focus. A young engineer begins a new repair. She uses a wrench to carefully disassemble a part of the engine, her movements precise. Each component is removed with care. The wooden bracelet on her wrist is a stark contrast to the greasy steel. Her focus is absolute as she continues the engine teardown. From a different angle, we see her working deep within the machine's complex core. She uses a long rod to gently probe, or just a hard-to-reach component. Every action is methodical and purposeful. Now, the machine's purpose is restored. She refills the fluids on the now operational yellow excavator. The resurrected machine waits in the clearing, ready to get back to work. She performs a pre-operation check of the undercarriage. She uses a grease gun to lubricate the joints of the excavator's arm, critical to preventative maintenance. She opens the engine cover for one final inspection. Satisfied with her work, she prepares to operate the machine. She takes her place in the operator's cabin, the master of the machine she saved. The excavator moves under its own power, a triumphant moment. It travels down a dirt road, no longer a forgotten relic but a powerful tool. It returns to civilization, ready for a new life of service. And now, it does what it was built to do. Move Earth. The resurrection is complete. The engineer's work provides a tangible, powerful result. The machine is not just repaired, its purpose has been restored. The final act of our story, an excavator's tracks, caked in the mud of a hard day's work. The engineer, clad in red, skillfully operates the machine she brought back to life. The bucket bites into the earth, a display of controlled hydraulic power. The ground is reshaped according to her will, a partnership between operator and machine. But the work never ends. A new engineer arrives on a motorbike to a new challenge. A rusted yellow tractor sits abandoned under a tarp, another lost cause waiting for an expert's touch. She begins the difficult work, trying to break free the seized components of the old machine. Her persistence pays off as she continues to diagnose and repair the tractor's many faults. Success! The tractor is now mobile and being towed by an ATV for further repairs. The slow procession down the mountain road is a journey from abandonment to renewal. Having been recovered, the machine is now ready for its full restoration. The project now involves two tractors, a red and a yellow, both in need of care. The engineer begins the vital process of decontamination, washing away the evidence of years of neglect. The powerful stream of water strips away layers of dirt and grime. Her expression shows the fatigue of a long day, but her work continues. The machine is transformed, its bright red paint emerging from beneath the mud. The story of resurrection is a recurring theme in these hills. Another machine, another team, but the same goal, to breathe life back into the dead. The engineer assesses the old red tractor, planning her strategy for its repair. She begins by addressing the electrical system, starting with the battery. She struggles with the seized component, a common problem in these old, weathered machines. A team now works together, applying their combined force and knowledge to the problem. The engine is a complex puzzle of rust and grease. One by one, the components are removed, cleaned, and repaired. The work is dirty, difficult, and demands absolute precision. The large piston assembly is carefully removed from the engine block. The team flushes the system, clearing out old fluids and contaminants. The painstaking process of reassembly is a testament to their skill, patience, and dedication. The final repair, a close-up of another corroded engine. An engineer begins the delicate work, her precision unwavering. She prepares her tools and cleans components, the first steps in any major repair. Her hands, though stained with grease, work with surgical accuracy. She applies torque to a critical fastener, her expression one of intense concentration. She continues her work, undeterred by the scale of the task. The engine's cooling system is addressed, a vital part of the rebuild. Each component is meticulously cleaned before being reinstalled. The air filter housing is carefully put back into place. The final assembly is completed, piece by piece. The battery is cleaned and reconnected, the final step before the moment of truth. The machine, once a forgotten wreck, is now whole again, a perfect fusion of human ingenuity and mechanical power. A very special thank you to the owner of the YouTube channel for creating this wonderful video and allowing me to comment. If you enjoy this narrative, please visit and support their channel at the link in the description below.